Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Guess what it is? It is Rapid Fire Date Night tonight on Live with Colby Rebel. So I am honored and happy to be here. So if you have any questions, need a little advice, clarity, give us a call, 323-992-3115. 323-992-3115. And it's going to be a fun night. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you all had a good week and getting ready for the weekend. I wanted to just take a moment and talk about how you can tune into your own intuition, because a lot of times we get these little bits of information, but we're not really sure how to interpret them or what to do. And so we all have this sensory to us, right? It's your gut feeling that you may have, or a thought may pop into your head, or you feel like someone's going to call and then the phone rings, all of that fun stuff. Well, you can actually use that as a compass for your own life, using that compass as your own personal intuitive GPS, right? So one thing that I like to help people with is there's a dial. So right where your belly button is, think of a round dial right there. That is your intuition, where your clairsentient sits, okay? Now this dial right around that belly button, right above it, I want you to imagine a line that goes right down the middle of that. All right. And when you get a yes, it's going to tilt to one side. And when you have a no, it's going to tilt to the other side. And the way you can establish what side is going to be your yes and what side will be your no is to really set that tone, kind of like a pendulum. You know, if you've ever seen a pendulum work, it's very much the same way. But rather than using an outside tool, you're using your inner tool, the tool that you were born with. OK, so one way to set your yes, what is you start out by saying a fact. My name is Colby. And you'll feel it tilt to one side or the other of that line, either your left or your right, but one side or the other of that line. And you can establish it again with another fact, something that you know is true that you don't have to question. Okay? Now, you can set the opposite side by literally saying a lie, something you know is a false statement. And it should tilt to the opposite side. So you've got your yes and your no. And you can really practice that over and over. What is my yes? What is my no? And that will help you, guide you as you have questions throughout your day. You know, should I make this turn? Yes, no. Should I go ahead and accept this job offer? Yes, no. Because a lot of times we get into our head, you know, that overthinking, right? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, what about this? And what about that? And the pros and the cons. And we exhaust ourselves with overthinking. So using your compass will really simplify the thought process. You don't have to think about it. You're really going on your own intuition. And then as you really start to build that, it's like a muscle. All of our senses are muscles in a way, right? We can build them. So as you build it, as you strengthen it, you will notice it getting stronger and stronger. So whether or not you should go on this relationship path with a friend or a relationship or anything like that, your job, should you start looking for a new one, or will you get this job opportunity you just interviewed for? All of these questions, we can really tune into ourselves to get the answer. Now, it is a lot more fun when you ask someone else and they do know it for you. But we do have to be able to tune in and be able to trust what we are getting. It will help kind of clear that cloudy thoughts, you know. I'm sure, Tony, you know what I'm talking about, right?
That is correct.
We all can do it. We all can get in our way with our little ego or overthinking, as I heard it referred to, our lizard brain. And so as you start to relax that and start to trust your own senses, you're going to see it's so easy to navigate your decision making. It becomes a lot easier. We just tend to overcomplicate it ourselves, okay? So I wanted to give that exercise so that you can try something, so that you can tap into your own gifts, your own sense of higher self, your own sense of knowing and feeling and sensing those decisions around you. Now, as always, we have a couple exciting events coming up at the Colby Rebel Spirit Center. You know, that's in Westwood, LA. It's right by UCLA. So on July 8th, we have our Sunday Spirit service. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be such a phenomenal service. We have Kim Falcon all the way. She's like on the East Coast now, so she's in LA right now. She is going to give us a professional talk about angels, channel a message. It's going to be incredible. And then we have 4 amazing mediums: Jules Davis, Susan Schuler, Karen Anderson, and Kelly Brickle. They are going to be delivering messages from loved ones in spirit. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful service. And we're right in LA, and it's right off that 405. So if you can make it, it starts at 10:30. It's just a $10 donation. So easy. And what an incredible opportunity to get 4 mediums and a professional talk all in an hour and a half. It's going to be great. And then afterwards, it's our 1-year anniversary. Yeah, 1 year already. I can't believe it. So if you can stay after, we're going to have some snacks, get some conversation going, let people mingle, and just enjoy community. You know, when you are embarking on your own spiritual path, your own spiritual journey, sometimes it can feel lonely because you're leaving one kind of lifestyle. You know, you're used to some friends or a workplace or, you know, the way your life is, and it's starting to change. It's starting to expand. You're starting to kind of think about your own thoughts and think about your higher self and worried what other people are going to think. Well, this is a great place where everybody is just like you. So it's wonderful that everybody can come together. And you're going to see some amazing light workers there. You know, all the mediums are going to be there to chit chat, and so it's going to be great. And so please come out and join us, okay? And then also in July, I am heading to Lilydale. Yes, I am. I am so excited. So Lilydale is about an hour south of Buffalo, New York. And I'm teaching 2 workshops that weekend. It's July 28th and July 29th. I'm teaching one on intuition and tapping into your own gifts, tapping into your psychic abilities, understanding the connections that you're getting. How do you connect the dots? How do you understand and interpret the information that is coming in? So that's going to be wonderful for any level, really. And then the next day is we're going to do platform as well. So if you're already doing this a little bit, or you want to learn how to get in front of people to do it, this is going to be the perfect workshop. We're going to cover so many topics there. So if you haven't been to Lilydale, gotta go. The oldest spiritualist community in the United States. It's where it was founded. It's where Lisa Williams lives. So that in itself is a reason to go. And it's fabulous. She's got this beautiful Buddha there. Remember the Buddha? It was always her Buddha, and then she let me have it at my place for a little bit, and then I had to go back to her. Well, now it's home. It is in Lilydale. It is stunning, gorgeous, and really has offered a monument for community to come together. So anyhow, you can go by, say hi to the Buddha, take the class, say hi to Lisa. It'd be fabulous. So if you haven't made vacation plans for the summer, go ahead, go to Lilydale, come hang out with us. We'd love to see you. All right, so we are going to take some callers tonight, answer your questions, and just as you know, understand what your question is before. I want you to take a moment, think about what it is you'd like some clarity on, because these are a little more rapid fire. So I know you're going to hear some things, and it's going to make you want to ask a bunch of questions, but let's just keep it fair and square, rapid fire, be specific as to what you want. okay, so that we can get through as many callers as we can. And also, so important, you have to make sure that your signal is good. If you're in an area where the signal isn't great, it may not be best to try to get through because it won't hold up. Or if you've got the kids screaming, the dogs barking, the husband barking, whatever it is, try to have that complete silence as much as you can so that the listener's getting through and I can hear you, okay? So that's just some fun stuff. I am looking forward to talking with you tonight. 323-992-3115. And I'm thinking it's time to roll up our sleeves and get started. Let me see. I can't. Maybe you can expand that a little. I just can't quite see it so much. I can't read the numbers. Sorry. Hang on, everybody. I don't know why. How about number 2? I can't read it, though. 562. There we go. Maybe you can expand that a little bit. Sorry. Hey, 562. This is Colby. Who is this?
This is Kathleen.
Hey, Kathleen. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Colby. Good to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you. What can I do for you tonight?
My husband passed away, and I was just wondering if he's around me at all.
All right. Well, let's just see. Let me just try to tune in. It's not exactly like a telephone call. I wish it was, right, Kathleen? But let's get some. Let me get some information, and let's see if it connects, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Would you understand your husband? I'll tell you what. I do feel gentleman, but the gentleman I feel, he feels to be a little, maybe resistant. I feel like he could be a bit of I don't know if skeptic is the right word, but he's a little like, oh, come on, honey. So I get the feeling with him that, you'd have to be able to talk him into things at times. Like you'd have to be able to convince him to do something. He wouldn't just say, sure, let's do it. Does that make sense?
No, not offhand. No.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Would you understand? Let go of your husband's for a second. Do you have a father in spirit, Kathleen, can I ask?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you understand this around Dad? I know you want to hear from your husband, but would you understand this around Dad being a little particular about what he believes in or what he likes, a little stringent with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. We'll see if hubby steps in, but I do feel like Dad wants to wiggle his way in here first. So funny.
Okay.
Now, would you also understand an issue with the heart connected to your dad as well? Does that make sense?
You mean like heart trouble?
It could be the chest, issues in the chest, or the actual heart.
He had emphysema.
Okay, so you understand the chest issues. Okay. You also understand the feeling with also shoes with him. He shows me shoes. I get the feeling Dad may have been in the service or of service. Do you understand that around Dad?
Yeah, he was in the Army at one point. Right?
Okay, thank you. All right. I'm also feeling a sense of, there gives me a sense of a badge, though. Like I don't think he's a police officer, but would you understand Dad having some level of authority or something?
No, he was a mailman. I don't know.
Oh, a bat. Okay, that makes sense to me, though. That's to me that would also be a level of authority, like of the community. So that makes sense to me. Why? Because a police officer is for the community, so is a mailman. So I understand that. I just feel like too. I do feel like with your husband, would you also with your husband? So Dad feels a little less emotional to me, right? Dad feels a little like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. It's A to B. You understand that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, with your husband, I'm getting a sense of warmth, real sense of warmth from your husband, a real sense of deep caring. Like he feels more emotional than maybe Dad would have been. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Would you also understand with your husband liking to talk? Like I do feel like he likes to talk, or would definitely talk to you. Like if always.
Definitely.
And I feel like always asking you for advice. Like he'd love to listen to your advice as well, not just. Do you understand what I mean? I feel
I don't know about that. Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, because I feel like he always wanted your input on something. It made him, he wanted to know you were okay with something before you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, for him, you two were always partners, right? So he gives me this sense of always knowing that you're a partner. Now, there's also a sense of business around him as well. So did your husband either run a business or own a business, can I ask?
No.
Do you understand a family business connected to your husband?
Oh, yes, I do. Well, his mom and stepdad owned an air conditioning company.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, thank you. Because he mentions the family business for some reason. So either he had a part in it or he would help them, at least at times, or something connected to this as well.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. I just get this feeling as well where he gives me a 2. So would you understand... would you have 2 children with your husband?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, because he wants to acknowledge the 2 children as well. Okay, honey? He also gives me the fact, I feel like you did something with his wedding ring. Can I ask, did you take his wedding ring, or do you still have his wedding ring?
He had lost his wedding ring.
He said, because you know what he said to me? The reason I asked, he says, what did she do with my wedding ring? So either he used to joke about either you losing it or not wanting to owning up, because he said, what did she do to my wedding ring? So, but he acknowledges this wedding ring, okay? He also, it makes me feel, though, the house you're in, that's the house you two had together. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're still there, though. You're still in this house. Am I right?
Correct. Yes.
He gives me the feeling this ring is in this house somewhere. I can't tell you exactly where. I'm sure that doesn't help a whole lot, but he gives...
I'm sure I can find it someday.
Yeah,
I know. I'm still going through stuff.
Yeah,
right.
He gives me the feeling it's in the house, and I have this feeling you will find it, Kathleen. So do you mind...
Thank you.
Will you
Thank you.
Yeah, post it. Promise to post it if you come across it, okay?
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do.
Now, he shows me... I do know that this is this feels to be your only husband, or at least you've been married a very long time. Is that correct?
47 years, yes.
You know what's weird? You said 47. I was getting 27 for some reason, so that's very interesting. He gives me this feeling around him also of, I do feel like his passing, though, I feel like he's ill prior to it. You know, he's he gets sick, but his passing itself seems very sudden to me. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, he was a surfer, and he was surfing that day. He was 71.
Hang on one second.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the feeling I was getting. But I feel like there had been some... obviously with the heart, but there had been some health triggers prior to this. But, we love him. We do, but he is a little stubborn. And I think, he may have gotten some signs, but I just don't think he put it together. I don't really quite think he said, I should go to the doctor and get this checked out. Like, he's just not that kind of guy. So I feel like, he didn't quite realize that something was more serious. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I do feel like he gives me this feeling of, he just gives me this feeling, though. I'll tell you what, he loves surfing. This I know, because he says
he's fish.
He said
fish.
Yeah, he said at least if I was gonna go, it was in the most beautiful way possible for me.
That's it.
Yeah.
He always said that.
Yeah.
He always said that.
And he just gives me this. I don't know. Sometimes they show you their teeth, right? I feel like he actually had nice teeth or something.
Yes, he did.
They're real nice teeth. He's very good looking. I mean, at least he shows me himself good looking. He's a very good looking man.
Right.
He gives me this feeling where I feel like the two of you meeting.
Yes.
It's like. Well, he's very flirtatious, I think, when he first met you.
Gosh.
He shows me you walking by, and he just shows me, like, he says she walked by, and I was all over her. And
That's right.
And I feel like
I had no chance.
yeah, I feel like you kept trying to. You're like, oh, but his eyes are so pretty. I can tell. Like, I think it was just really hard with those eyes and those smile to tell him no.
Right.
I am curious. Did he not have a shirt on when you met him? Do you remember?
No, he had a shirt on.
Okay. I don't know why he shows me without a shirt.
Because he's at the beach all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, he shows me without a shirt. I don't know. I was like, that's really weird. I was getting the sense of a beach or boardwalk, as we would say. So that's just kind of maybe what he was giving me. He gives me this feeling of letting you know how much he's around you. He also keeps giving me a sense of, oh, he's gone really, really quick. Hang on. You know, I know he is a beach person, but he keeps showing me a bird for you. So I feel like you going to keep seeing a bird kind of keep coming around the house.
Okay.
And it's like him just kind of checking up, him letting you know that he's around. And it's not a hummingbird. It's a bigger bird, like a blue jay bird, bluebird or blue jay bird. Have you noticed any blue jay or bluebirds in the backyard at all yet?
Not offhand, yeah.
Will you start looking?
Pardon me?
Will you start looking? Will you start keeping an eye out?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Will do.
Yeah, just because I know that this is really difficult for you. I just, this is not just losing your husband. This is losing your best friend. This is losing your soulmate.
It was.
And I know there's such a trigger of loneliness. He keeps saying she's so lonely, and I know you've got support around you, but it's not the same. It's not him. And I know he's saying he recognizes that. He's letting you know. I feel like when you go to bed at night, and I know you really miss him then, right? I feel like pay attention because he grabs your hand. He strokes his hand against your hand. So notice if your hands get a little chilly or if there's a little chill going up your arm. I know it's a little hard when you're not aware of what that feels like, but he's just letting me know he strokes your arm. And he's letting me know that he stays right in his spot in the bed. I guess you made him stay in one spot or something because he's...
No, he just thought that was just his spot.
Okay, well, he's saying, I've got my spot in the bed. He says, I've got my spot. So he's letting you know that he's still with you. Okay, Kathleen?
Okay, thank you.
You are so welcome. I hope that helps. But, your dad just wants to say... that he's with him. So I want to let you know that your dad is with him.
That's super.
And your dad says, I love you too. Okay, honey?
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Lots of love to you and lots of love to the kids.
Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too, honey. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bye. I'll tell you, 47 years, you guys, think about that. Think about a person, 47 years that you woke up to every day, that you told them everything. They told you everything through your ups, through your downs, raising kids. That's a lot. And, when you're older, it's not as easy to just get yourself out there and keep busy. When you're younger, there's more for us to get out there and get us distracted. But I feel like sometimes when people are older, it's more difficult because they're so close to their partner. So lots of love to Kathleen. Okay, let us do, how about number 8? Is that 815? Okay, here we go. 815, you're on the air with Colby.
Hello. Hi, Colby. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. Who is this?
Brandy.
Hey, Brandy. How you doing?
Good. And you?
I'm doing great. Do you have a question that I can answer for you tonight?
I just wanted to know about my career. Like, if there's anything about my career that you're seeing.
Okay. Well... so Brandy, I do feel like you're currently employed already, though. Is that correct?
Yes.
The problem, are you open to knowing everything?
Yes.
Okay, it feels like the job you're in or the company you're with, it just feels like this is a real difficult situation. I don't know. It feels like the energy there feels a little off. Like it's, I don't know. You're just not feeling real happy in the space that you're in. Does that make sense? Like the company you're working for.
Completely.
Okay. I just feel like, here's one thing too. I'm seeing a strong turn, which usually means a quick decision. So I would really, I feel like this unhappiness is going both ways. So I don't think the company is completely happy. I feel like there's just a lot of tension between you and who you're working for. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I mean, not really. We don't really have problems. Not really, but I mean, they could be, and I don't know. You never know.
Is there someone that you're, I feel like, Brandy, I feel like there's someone you're working with, a manager or someone that you're working with where it's just not, the communication doesn't feel easy.
Yes, exactly.
Do you understand?
The
communication's not easy. So I just feel like, to me, it just feels like I see a quick turn where I feel like you're just going to kind of hit your limit and you're just going to be done. I just feel like there's a turn. Like when I see a sharp turn, that usually means leaving the company, not changing within the company. Okay. So I feel like you're going to look outside this company. I feel like there's another opportunity that's going to step forward for you. That's a little bit of a different role than what you're doing now. It's not exactly the same thing. It feels like it's a little bit of a different role. And it feels like right around the fall is when I feel like you're going to just say, you know what, I got to get out of here. It just feels like, I almost feel like you don't want to be doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
So,
but my thing is, I don't know what I want to go into. I want to go into something spiritual. I've been told that I should go that way. I've got clairvoyant friends that, like, they told me that I should be in spiritual healing, that I should do that stuff. And I've been trying to figure out, like, what it is that I could go into. Do you know where I should lean more into?
Well, I would say, even though you're clairvoyant is just meaning, or you said you had clairvoyant friends, but clairvoyant is just seeing,
like
right?
spiritual.
Yeah. But what it is, you know, first engage. Have you taken energy class, energy healing, Reiki? Have you tried that first?
I'm signed up now.
Okay. Are you on speaker? Are you doing something? Because there's so much noise.
I'm sorry?
Are you on speaker or something, Brandy? Because the connection is just not very good. There's a lot of noise, a lot of feedback we're getting.
Yeah, I did have it on speaker for a second.
Okay, so just do me a favor. That's all right. I need you to.
Better?
Yeah, just be still and just have that phone right up to your ear. Okay, let's just try that for a quick minute, because I just feel like for you, it's about taking some workshops, taking some classes. Like, you have to get around your people more. And I feel like once you do, you're going to figure out what your modality is. You're going to figure out what you enjoy the most, because I don't think it's just going to be laying down tarot cards. Like, I don't think you're just going to want to sit there and do angel readings. To me, there feels like there's something else, something using your hands more. So I'm feeling more healing around you, or energy work around you. So I feel
That's
like
exactly what I've been feeling.
Okay, good. So I feel like there's got to be, you know what's also interesting? I feel like you're going to be using crystals, just because I saw crystals going down someone's spine. So I feel like you're going to use crystals with energy healing as well, okay? There's also an interesting factor. You may end up doing some medical intuitive stuff. Maybe someone's coming to you for some ailments, and you're doing some energy healing on, like, medical ailments as well. Which, again, so maybe study medical intuition, see how that feels for you. Do you naturally know if, are you pretty good at figuring out if someone is not feeling well or something going on with them?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can see in people just in their face.
Yeah. I just feel like you'd be really, look into the medical intuition as well, just because I feel like if your hand, I just feel like your energy, like, you can tell if there's an area inflamed on someone or something's not flowing. Like, if, you know, for people who don't, chakras or zones, like, you can tell something's blocked for someone. So your first step, here's my suggestions to you, okay? Study chakras, study crystals, study energy healing, study Reiki. Start there. and then look into medical intuition. So once you play with those areas, I just got goosebumps. Once you play with those areas, I feel like it's going to zone you into what you really, really enjoy. And you're going to be mixing them a little bit. It's not just going to be one thing and that's all you're doing. You're going to blend them a little bit. But I do feel like it's about you being a practitioner and working with someone using your hands, though, because I see your hands being involved in this, okay?
Yes, and the really interesting thing is about a month ago I got into crystals.
Oh, perfect.
All of a sudden, and it's like an addiction to me.
Yeah, I believe I want you to keep playing with those and practicing and learning all about them just because I feel like that's going to be a part of the path, okay?
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I swear it just happened about a month ago, and I'm addicted to knowing everything about rocks and stones and crystals.
Yeah, there you go. And one last thing, though, with your regular job, just try to, I know you're getting frustrated there and you're getting bored there, but just you need to stay there until you develop these others strong enough that you could kind of transition. And that's when that road will go off to the right, okay?
Okay, you are spot on. You're great. Thank you very much for all your information. It's just something I needed to hear.
Oh, good, Brandy. Get in there. Get in there with your hands.
All right. Thank you so
night.
much. You made my day.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You are such a blessing to talk to. Thank you.
Thanks, Brandy. Bye, hon.
Bye. Take care.
You know, for anyone out there, I got to tell you, I know that feeling of, I'm being called to do something else. I feel like this. It's crazy and you doubt it. But, once you start training, once you start playing in it and playing in that energy, it becomes so addictive. You start to really know, okay, I'm supposed to do this. So I think once she does that, that's going to really help. All right. How about number 5? Is that 360? Okay. Here we go. 360. This is Colby.
Hi, this is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I've really been every time I get red, my mother comes through, and my father is starting to come through, and she never really gives him a chance to talk.
Oh, okay. She's one of those moms,
she usually tells me something.
Okay. So you want to hear from Dad, is that right, Kelly?
Yeah, if he's there.
Okay. All right, well, let us play around. Boy, let's play around with it and see what we got. I can see what people mean, though. Your mom is supercharged, and I love her. She's a little bossy, but
she is adorable.
I will ask her to step aside. But that's the thing with your dad, though. He would let your mom wear the pants. He would let her give her time and her space. He feels like he feels like a big man, like either a big essence in him or
absolutely
there's like a power to him. Does that make sense? There's like a power.
Yes.
I feel like I don't feel like he needed to say anything for people to take him seriously.
Correct.
Can I ask, though, it makes me feel like he's got a deeper voice. So does that make sense with that, a deeper voice?
Yes.
Okay. It's, I'd hate to, it's almost like God speak. When you ever hear they say, whenever they have someone, it's, it's, what's his name? You know who he said? Morgan Freeman. You know
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it's like that kind, or that just that richness to your dad's voice. I feel like there's a boom to it. I also get this feeling around him where I feel, like I said though. Would you understand? I mean, I don't know. Your dad feels like he's got bigger feet, and I just feel like you would. He does get these big feet, but I feel like you would either take he's showing me his feet, and I feel like either he'd want to get in his chair and you'd either take the shoes off the chair or he's like bouncing you on the end of his feet or something. Does that make sense?
Taking his shoes off of him, his cowboy boots off.
Oh,
yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's got some big old feet, though. I feel like it was fun for you, but I also feel like he's a good play along guy. He gives me that feeling of a good play along, and I do feel like, the thing is that, your dad was playful with you, not super silly, but he was. Like, I feel like you felt very safe with him, very secure with him. I feel like he really wanted to show you the ropes, though. That was important to him, to make sure like you knew how to get through life. Does that make sense?
He did with my sister.
Okay, you understand that then. Okay.
100%, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I also just get this feeling where he also gives me, now I just saw a cross. So normally when I see a cross, that normally gives me there's a faith in God or a religion around this person as well. So do you understand a connection to religion with him? Faith.
Him, no. He had no faith. My mother, yeah, but
is
not
that
my
your
dad.
mom? Okay, I got to keep her out of this. I got to keep her out. But you understand that.
Busy. She's busy.
That's okay. Can I real quick though? Do you have a necklace from mom? Can I ask, or a cross on a necklace that's from mom?
Not a cross, but I have a lot of jewelry from her.
Do you have a necklace from mom? Can I ask?
I do.
Okay. It makes me... okay. She's also showing me a heart. So do you understand a heart connected to mom as well? Sorry. Here she is. We just got to give her a minute or two here. So,
yeah, you're going to have to get...
All right. Do you understand a heart connected to mom as well? Valentine's Day or the month of February?
Just...
Hello?
All her daughters were born at the end of January.
She's giving me February, so either it's a birthday or a celebration or a passing, but it's a 2, so I get the idea that this is February.
It's a 2?
Yeah, it's a 2. I see a 2. So I would see, maybe it will make sense later, but there's got to be
we've always celebrated January because we all 3 were born in January and she passed in January.
Okay.
The 2 I don't get.
Do you understand the 2 around your dad of February? This is February. I know this. I can't wait. You got to put it in the Facebook comments because the one good thing about her is she doesn't budge. So there's somebody that she's acknowledging in the month of February. And may even be the February 14th.
My nephew's birthday is in February. She's very close to, very close to him.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I know she's acknowledging that and she's showing me a big old heart around it, okay?
Right.
Yeah, now I'm just kind of curious. Is your nephew's birthday around the 14th, though? Or is there a 14th birthday, somebody on the 14th of another month?
No. Not that I can recall.
Okay, one more time. Is there a January 4th connection? I got 2 and then I got a 14. So so that normally is February. So I know there's a February connection, but I also feel like she's pushing me to something either around Valentine's Day or a January 4th connection.
No, we're all at the end. Yeah.
Kelly, I'm going to fire you.
I know. She did pass on the 24th.
Okay. Oh, on the 24th. All right. Do me a favor. I know we've got your nephew for the nephew for February. I feel like there's a 14th. I keep feeling like this is the 14th or right around the 14th of a month she's also bringing up. It could be a different month. So just open that up, okay? And
okay.
Like I said, if it makes sense, bring it forward later. I just want to say with your dad, he gives me this feeling of I feel like you would have been younger, though, when Dad passed, or because there's not a whole lot of stuff he's giving me as you older. So were you younger when Dad passed, can I ask?
No, I was 50.
15 or 50?
50.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. He gives me this sense where, I don't know, he gives me this sense where he's not bringing forward a lot of memories of when you're older. He keeps showing me when you're younger. So either that's the time
I spent most of my time when I was younger with him.
Okay, because that's what he keeps giving me is more of those younger memories. I got to tell you, you're always close to his heart. I want to tell you he's around you. He watches you like a hawk. So there is a sense you literally may see hawks or something like that. Like that to me is a sign from him because he's like, I watch her like a hawk. So I get this feeling, but in a really good way, like in a real protector way. And it's just letting you know that he is with you. Okay.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, he is around you. And I feel like, he just keeps giving me those cowboy boots. So I do know that he
He's a horse trainer.
Yeah, he's giving me these cowboy boots, and he's just very proud of what he did. He gives me a sense of being very, very proud of what he did. But yes. I want you to keep an eye on the sky. Keep an eye on hawks, or there's got to be a hawk circling or something you're gonna see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you live somewhere where there's hawks?
I do see hawks.
Okay. Yes. It's letting you know that that's him around. And I'm telling you, can you do me a favor? When that 14th comes forward, or something at the 14th, will you promise to just post that? There's got to be a connection there.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
That would be so great.
Yeah. So lots of, and I know we tried to keep Mom out as much as we could, but you understand her, little firecracker, but lots of love for you.
She is.
Yeah, lots of love for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
She's always coming through telling me I need to be a medium and I need to start studying. So
that's so funny. That's funny. Well, enjoy your connections tonight as a sitter, as a recipient. Okay.
I appreciate you very much, Colby. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too, honey. Bye.
Okay. All right. Let us do another one. How about number 10? Is that 267? Okay, here we go. 267, you are on the air with Colby.
Hi, Colby. It's Tina.
Hi, Tina. How you doing?
Okay.
Oh,
good.
You good? Do you have a question for me tonight?
Well, I'm just wondering about my hubby.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just recently lost him, and I just need to know that he's okay.
Oh, it's this Tina Chapman?
Yes.
Okay, honey. So here's I will just say this. I know you just lost him, so I want to honor your grieving process, okay? But I will say this. I don't know for anybody who doesn't know, I know Tina and her husband and her family, beautiful family, and I've had this gorgeous opportunity to read for them in group settings on a couple of occasions. So I don't know them too well, but I know them well enough to feel like a part of the family, right? So, yeah. Tina, what's interesting, I don't know if you remember, but on the night right before your husband passed, I had sent you a message. Do you remember? I don't know if you saw that message, but did you get that message on Facebook? It's a private message I sent you.
Yes, I did.
And I
did.
Okay, the reason I sent that is I could feel your husband. And I knew Bill was like, you got to make sure she knows I'm okay. All right? So I have to reassure you that he is so okay. There's such a sense. There's no time getting to heaven. He's already there. He's doing fine. Like, there's a sense of such peace, and I feel like he has such a legacy that will live on, such a joyousness, and it's like we're never gonna let go of his laugh. I mean, that's the one thing that's so infectious. He's like, I feel like the one thing he says is, I just want people to always think about me, but with a smile. I want people to laugh, and I want people to feel joy, because that to me was the most important thing in our lives, is to know how important we are to one another. That was like a big thing for him, He also gives me a feeling of making sure the dog is okay. So, I feel like, what?
The dog is very upset. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, the dog, all you have to do is just keep comforting the dog. It's just the dog is picking up on everybody's senses, and the dog is picking up on the energy, and that's okay. But he's just saying, give the dog, let the dog know I'm okay. So you can just comfort the dog and let the dog know that he's okay. I do feel like as time goes on, you're going to feel him around you more and more. I just keep feeling like he's, we got to give him some time to just let you know that he's okay through your own signs, through your own symbols. I do feel like he's going to start really showing them to you. And really guiding you, maybe through numbers. I feel like you're going to start to see numbers. You're going to start to see colors. Like, I feel like he keeps saying this, each time you see this, know I'm around. Each time you see this, know I'm around, okay? And I just feel like there is just this sense of I do want you to know how much he loves you. I really want to make that clear of how much he loves you. I know you two were two peas in a pod. And I feel like, it's hard for you to be here. But I want you to know he says you're going to be okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know this is hard, and I want to give you the space to heal. But I also want to let you know the love that he has for you, this intense love. And he gives me this feeling of, you I don't know, did you just fold his clothes or something? He just shows me some folded clothes. Did you just?
Yeah, I just folded some blankets and sheets that he was using before he passed.
I want to let you know that he saw you folding them, so he was with you when you were folding them, because I just saw them folded. Okay, so it's letting you know that he was with you, and again, just to show you that he's already there, because he's able to show me that he's already able to show me that he's visiting you. Okay, so I want you to hold that. I want you to know how much he loves you, and he's so grateful to you, just so grateful. And I know you didn't leave his side, and I feel like, and there's a necklace. I don't know, another necklace just popped in, but I feel like you're gonna wear a necklace from him, or you have a necklace from him. Do you have that, Tina?
Colby, I just got goosebumps. I was just in the car about an hour ago, and I reached in my cup holder, and his false necklace was in there. And I took it and put it in my...
Oh, there we go. And it's a cross necklace. So I think the caller, it's so funny. He must have been kind of starting to dodge in here with the other girl's dad too. That's so funny. So it's letting you know that he knows about the necklace. Wear that necklace, and you'll wear him close to your heart. Okay?
Absolutely. I have one question.
Okay.
He couldn't wait to meet my dad once he got there, and I just want to know if they met yet.
Oh, I really do want to share this. It's your dad, and his mom is in spirit as well. Is that right? And your mom is in spirit. Yes. And there's an aunt in spirit too. I feel like there's an aunt in spirit. Anyhow, they were all there when he crossed over. So your dad, your mom, his mom, the aunt, and I almost feel like a cousin. They're all there to help him with that transition. So absolutely he's around them. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I do hope that helps. We have to go just because I'm at the end of my show. But I do hope that helps, Tina. And I'll tell you what, so much love to you and your beautiful family, and lots of love from your husband. Okay.
Thank you, Colby. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thanks. Bye, Tina. Thank you. You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So, and that is hard. I know her a little bit. I don't know her real well, but I know enough to, but I've been feeling her husband so much. So I'm glad she got through. I mean, it is what it is, right? And we just kind of let the callers come through, and we honor that. We honor the spirit. So it is. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, for watching. I uploaded all the shows now on YouTube. So if you want to watch a past show, if there's one you missed, go to my YouTube channel, Colby Rebel, and you can watch all the past episodes. If you'll share and you can like the Facebook page that you're watching this on, that will help you get the notifications. For all of you with your loved ones in spirit, my lots of love to you. Always know that they are around you. They're just literally a thought away. And amazing guest next week, Tony Stockwell, will be in the house. Can't wait. Have a beautiful night, blessed night, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.